A hero. Huh. Here is not the place for heroes. Only those whose actions are the loudest are known. But they are no different than me. Even worse, since pride and words of recognition fire the spark that shouldn't be lit. To remain true with yourself and actions you take, the fire must stay put out. Shadows and silence keep the spark asleep, while the fire in the distance distracts all eyes that are looking. Makes everything easier for me. This is the way of true heroes, those who act for the act itself, nothing more, nothing less. And I might be a hero someday. For now, I'm just doing my job. So, I suppose the talking time is over. You asked for my name, I can't help you with that. I am the forgotten, I am the unseen. Whatever can be described as those is a part of me. Worry not, soon you will be forgotten too. All of these words don't matter now.
Under the collapsed, still burning building lays a man in full armor. Blood all over him, most of it not his. Struck by the wooden beam, cannot move a finger. Paralyzed. Lost control of his own body, even his face. Between all the ruin and fire, the rogue crouches close to the man. The dying man sees only a cloaked figure. Few shift blades, one missing, face hidden under the hood, and the flickering lights of the fire contrast perfectly with the clear night sky.
You won't get away with this. You'll speak for your crimes, even if not today, you will not escape the justice. I hope you'll rot in prison for all what you did.
I've already told you. I am the forgotten, hidden from the world. When you'll make your last breath, it will be true again.
You monster! Who are you?
Death is present wherever I go. It seems to always follow me. Have a guess. Why do you think it is so?
A few seconds pass. The man, scared for his life, goes with the question. But before he can even think of an answer, a quick stomp to the face ends it all. The skull crushed under the rogue's boot, an instant and brutal death. The rogue then stands up, thinking of his own question, which he could never find an answer to. Heavy smoke begins to rise, but the rogue cares only about the question. Deep in his thoughts, slow steps outside the ruin, he leaves the building, unfazed by the fumes. Outside, a slaughter. Many armored people, their bodies tattered and plates compressed. If their death wasn't brought by the sword, judging by the armor of some, their bodies were crushed from the impact. As the rogue walks by all these corpses, he spots one with a blade sticking through its chest. Comes closer, boot on the chest, and then a strong pull on the handle. The blade soaked in blood, stained by it before. Without clearing it, it is sheathed with the rest. And then, as it seems there is nothing else of interest in this burning village, the rogue stops once more, gazes towards the center of the road, and by it, a wicker basket, size of a barrel. Other than the burning flames, there is no other sound around. But the closer the rogue gets, he hears child's weeping, walks straight towards it without hesitation, lays his hand on the cover, and after raising it, a child, small girl with long red hair. Gravely scared, her eyes covered in tears, red irritated skin not only under the eyes. Some burns here and there, bruises all over her body. She tried to hold her voice, but she's just a child. As for her, she sees a cloaked, dangerous man, his face barely visible under the hood, all deformed, burned and wrinkly. As soon as she sees the rogue, she reaches outside the basket and hugs him with all of her remaining strength.
It's safe now. I said I will be back. Now, come, before you suffocate here.
The child then falls, sits back in the basket. Her legs are weak and her voice is muffled. The tears did not stop and she cannot speak a word. Without any other signs, the rogue attaches a rope to the basket, ties it to his back, and takes the basket's cover to his hand.
I'll keep you safe. Cry all you need. Cry while you can.
After that, the rogue leaves the village with the child and heads towards the forest nearby. As soon as he runs from the smoke and fire, he finds a fallen log and decides to stop by it. He takes the child out of the basket and puts her leaning on the log. Without losing any time, he wanders around in search for thick grass, sticks, and herbs. Easily sets a campfire, lights it with some flint and his blade, and sets a somewhat cozy spot for the child to lay. During all of this, his movements are precise, calm, and silent, as if he knew perfectly what to do at any given point. When the fire is lit and the surroundings seem to be safe, they both stare deep into the fire. While the girl is still in shock, she starts to calm down. Her eyes in pain. She wants to wipe them from tears, but it hurts the more she does it. The rogue seems to leave her to it, doesn't interfere in any way, and just sits there by her side. After some time, all looks to be normal. No more weeping, no more adrenaline. The child becomes tired, but still very bothered. This whole situation was just too much for her.
You really should rest. It will be much better after you wake up.
I don't want to close my eyes, it hurts.
It will hurt more if you'll keep thinking about it. From now on, everything will be different. You lost everyone, you have no home, and the world will try to hurt you again. The best you can do now is to close your eyes and sleep.
The girl looks like she's about to start crying again and weeps once more, but the tears don't come. She holds them, thinking about the pain it gives her.
You took me with you, mister. Mister, I don't want to be alone again.
Don't worry. If anything, I can promise that you won't be alone. I'll be there. I'll keep you safe.
What's your name, mister?
I have no name. Mister. You can just call me that.
My name is Human.
Human. A beautiful name. Does it have a meaning?
No, I don't know.
Weird. It must have a meaning, but it seems to be forgotten now. I will protect it then, since that's what I do.
Huh? What do you do?
That's a secret, even for me.
Does someone else know that secret?
I don't know. That's how it works. It's a secret. Long forgotten, abandoned. Looks like we're now very similar.
A little smile on Human's face appears, but then fear strikes her back again.
I'm scared. I want to sleep, but I'm scared.
Too much is around you. You must not think of it. Whenever you are scared, just close your eyes. Leave everything else to me. As I will always be there. Always will be watching. Always just behind you.
As Human hears the calming voice of the rogue, she closes her eyes. The pain is still present, but too weak for her to care. She's tired. Before the rogue ends his last sentence, she fell asleep.